Okay, so chicken empanada filling. First thing you're gonna do, you're gonna bring a pot of water boiling. I had this water on low heat, but I'm gonna bring it to a boil. I'm gonna salt it, and I'm gonna let it come to a boil, and then we'll do the next step. All right, so this water is boiling, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop in two of those chicken breasts right in, bone in and everything. I rinsed them off and cleaned them off a little bit, but that's, unnecessary because we're gonna get it off the bone anyway. All right, we're gonna let it boil for half an hour. Half an hour. All right. All right, people. So I said to boil the chicken breast for what, half an hour? I fell asleep. Whatever. So no problem. So they stayed on here not too much longer, an extra 10 minutes. So what we're gonna do is two things. I'm gonna take the chicken out of this water. Let me see if I can. Oh, nice. This is gonna look plain, but we're gonna work on that. And two things. One, this water, I'm not gonna throw this away. I'm gonna save this for soup. I mean, of course, to make stock, it's a little more stuff, but this is a good start. I'm gonna use that as stock for soup at another occasion. But for now, let me adjust the camera. For now, I'm gonna show you the next step with the chicken. Okay, I can let it cool off. You can let it cool off if you like, but I'm just gonna go right for it. These chicken breasts, the only thing they have was salt, right? Because we salted the water. But we're gonna season it in the final stage. So we're just gonna take it apart. Ooh, look how easy it comes apart. And that may have been a good idea to leave it longer. The bone, I'm gonna put it right back into that liquid for the stock, and there's a little bit of gristle. Okay, so you're gonna separate the bone, the gristle from the meat, put the meat on the side, and you're gonna do that for both breasts. Okay? Being that I left it a little longer, it comes apart easier. So maybe that's my new time for this. 40 minutes. All right, let me finish this up. All right, so I got all the bones and gristle off. I just want to show you a good way of doing this shredded chicken. Put your fork into one group or chunk and just pull away with the other fork and just keep at it. You can also do like a Wolverine and randomly, violently go at big chunks, but I think, let me see, let me get a book. Okay, see this big chunk here? Press down and pull away. And there you got your shredded chicken for chicken empanada. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna treat this exactly as the ground beef. We're gonna put it in a pan, season it, put the vegetables, we'll actually put the vegetables first, season it, cook it, and then put in the seasonings and the tomato sauce I meant. Okay? The thing is too, beef naturally has fat in it. This doesn't. So we're gonna have to get some nice oil, olive oil or whatever oil you have on hand. So let's do that now. All right, for this I'm gonna use this stainless steel frying pan, which is fine. Bring it up to max heat, and like I mentioned, this chicken has no fat in it, right? So we're gonna have to use a tiny bit of some sort of oil, and I happen to like this brand of coconut oil. Delicious, and it's very pure, very nice, and very cheap compared to supermarket whatever you get at the supermarket. All right, so not much is needed. You can use olive oil, vegetable oil, or whatever sort of oil, but not much is needed. That was what, a teaspoon or so? And I'm just gonna let it come up to heat. It'll take a minute. All right, I had it on heat for a minute. I'm gonna put the chicken right in. Okay, and it's a little more delicate than the beef. But unlike the beef, I'm not gonna let it cook as long because this has been boiling and it's basically cooked. Now I should get a better spatula. Hold on. I'll use the same one I used on the beef. Okay, I can break it, the chicken a little, break it up a little more if I like, but again, this is not going to stay in here as long as the beef. I don't have to brown it, I don't have to cook it as long. So what I can do is immediately I can put in the vegetables that I was holding on the side for. You remember I had the onion, garlic, and the potato. Put it right in. You know, with the beef we had to brown it first. With the chicken we don't. Unless you want to, you know, unless you want to cook it up a little bit, but it doesn't make sense because it was boiling for almost an hour, right? Don't be afraid some of the chicken is gonna stick because it's, you know, very light white meat. And I'm gonna bring it down a tad and with the heat and let it sit here for just a minute, just so that, you know, the flavors come together. I'll use this one. A minute or two. All right, not even a minute, whatever. So now immediately we're gonna go right to the seasonings, right? You can see some of it is cooking up there on the side, browning, and you know that's unnecessary because it's, like I said, it's pollo, it's chicken. It's gonna be light, it's gonna be fluffy. Now, season it. Same seasoning as the beef. Same seasoning. Salt, black pepper. It's not coming out. There we go. Black pepper. Some oregano. This is about a teaspoonful. We have garlic powder. Onion powder. Paprika, a dash. Oh, I forgot the coriander. Coriander, a dash. Anatto, a dash. Ooh. I anatomized my stove here. All right, that's nothing. Now we're going to give it a nice stirring. It's going to give the chicken a nice color. It's going to, you know, brown it, but not through, you know, like cooking it over the heat. It's the color from the seasoning. Okay, I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to let it cook for a couple of minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, but this is not because the chicken is raw, it's so that the flavors mix and you know, combine, but also to further cook the potato a little further. Because remember, we got our little potatoes in there. They're not going to be hard or tough, but we do need to let it cook a little. Okay, so 2 minutes. All right, so here we go. What was I saying? I almost fell asleep again, but I did not. Here's our chicken, veggie, mixed. Now we're gonna go in with some of that tomato sauce I told you about earlier. It's a lot of chicken, so I may have to open up another can of tomato sauce here. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to open another one because this was not 8 ounces. So let's go on ahead. I'll open another. I use this old style can opener. My mom used to use that to open these. I have a mechanical one, but I don't know. This is rustic. Alright. Oh, you hear the sizzle sizzle? Alright. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put a little more of the tomato sauce. I want it a little thicker. Similar to the beef filling, you know? We want it to be kind of like a thick chili. Alright, this is good. This consistency is good. Okay, so now the only other thing I want to do, flatten it here. And I'm going to cover it. And I actually found the cover that belongs to this set. And I'm just going to leave it here another 3-4 minutes just to heat a little further. And it's done. So what if you notice, when I prepared these empanada fillings, nothing more than fillings, not my feelings. I did not use sofrito or recao in them. You know, the green cooking base that's mostly cilantro and other vegetables, because a couple of friends of mine can't eat cilantro. So that's an ingredient I excluded from this. So, I mean, you know, if you want the full flavor that you can savor, you go on ahead. You're putting, you know, I would say 2 tablespoonfuls of sofrito or recaito. And if not, you just adjust with the seasonings you have on hand.